Hello and welcome to Pacific Northwest Gothic, a lyrical weird fiction podcast inspired by the Pacific Northwest. I'm your host, L.C. Clay, and I've been waiting for you. Please be advised, today's installment explores themes of subjectivity and truth. As always, please take care, dear listener. But since it seems you have the time, I hope you'll come sit with me and a friend of mine in the dark for a little while. Oh, my. Hello again, stranger. It is strange to see you at this hour, at this attitude in the dim and darkening sky. You rarely return so late to your room with a view of a city in the cold above my shop. Granted, I do keep odd hours here, as is only fitting for a shop of contradictions and curiosities. Gator claws and kangaroo paws all laid out beside vintage records, toxic dishware, and other clinking oddities. Oh, there's the bell at the door again. I'll be right back, stranger, for the questions writing inky lines into your reflection in that mirror upon the wall. Thank you for your patience. How can I help you? Yes, we have some books kept on creaking shelves in that back corner. I honestly don't know what words or meanings half of them are filled with. And yes, several are filled with words yet to be written, amorphous, liquid, blank and full at once, transparent water in a glass. But potential is a fickle thing, as are journals. Excellent. Do let me know if you want to see anything locked away beneath the glass. Right. Now, stranger, what is it that's made puzzles of your thoughts, tied them into knots, and led you here so I might study the tangles written on your face? An odd thing happened at the bus stop. When? 3 weeks ago. In the afternoon. Are you all right? Were you hurt? Well then, what seems to be the problem? The thing tugging at the lobes of your brain? A commuter in the rain talking about... Oh yes, I know this one. Most here do. Poor old Mr. Sampson, caught at the throat of a story and a storm, disappearing into the rain. Oh, I don't know if it's true, but such truth is rarely easily discovered, easily offered, easily bargained for. Oh yes, stories are a currency all their own, on the right doorstep, or set on the right bar stool, or sometimes even a toadstool. Not the kind you find in a newspaper, mind you, or printed on the pages of a book. The kind that only a voice can find, or hands who've watched it told can share. Oh yes, here these are no common wares. No mere coin can compensate that care, the conscience of a tale told fireside, street-side, stoop-side, in all the many-sidedness of tales. And now you're telling me a tree spoke to you in whispers on the wind into your dreaming ears, and Fungi? Oh, what fantastic fascination it seems the spores of the honey mushroom collective in the Blue Mountains found their way to you. Of course they have, as they have to many. And yes, I warned you of the fog, offered a story for your company, as is only neighborly to do. But perhaps I won't be talking to a stranger here much longer. The Western elements have quickly clung to you, creeping into your crown-shy consciousness. But this commuter, they told a tale of... No, surely not the tale. The tale of the boatman is a rarity reserved for tellers of a select few. This mysterious commuter told you the tale of poor old Mr. Samson, his disappearance into the throat of another world, as it swallowed him up into an atmospheric river. He drowned the poor man. Yes, I did say he disappeared. I know he drowned because he did, trying to save his dog from the storm, from the flood, poor man. Well, stories hold more than one truth, stranger, as you should be learning from these your strange encounters, in your dreams of fog and rain. For the kind of truth embedded in a story fills out all the cracks and holes in the bedrock. The water table runs high in a flood, a river underground shaping the nature of our sources. But water can run low in a drought, leave behind scars inside mountains that scientists can study, and just so, a story's absence proves far from absence of evidence. We may only see the gaps, the shapes, and shadows a story leaves behind. But other waters will rise to fill the gaps, a different truth of the same shape, before erosion carves it new. The movement of a story is its own truth, is its own river of words. It flows high and low, according to its seasons, according to its climates, and nonetheless, as humans, my eukaryotic comrades in the dark, we must drink deeply of the words in the water when we are blessed enough to have them. I raise my glass to them. Even those caught in the cycle, even those caught in a cloud, a fog, a storm. You come sit here if you like. A glass or a drop, a taste on the tongue, but a taste. Sweet and simple, subtle and vital. You heard the story of poor old Mr. Samson, but if you wish to hear the tale of the boatman, I am sorry, I cannot oblige. It's not one I can tell. Old Miss Barbara, down on the edge of Old Morrison Street. Oh yes, she'd know how to tell it well, along with dozens more. A mind full of water, that one, and a body full of stories can make for a kind heart or a hard one. I don't know which hers truly is, though I know it to be lonely. Yes, she might tell you, in time and in trade for company. And it's only right, for isn't that how we all pay for our stories? In time, in company shared, be it synchronous or disjointed. Yes, you should go speak to Miss Barbara down at the end of Old Morrison Street. You'll need a westward Max and the 55 line. And you'll go farther still, up and up each hill until you reach the edge of a gaping hole in the ground. So begins another story I'll not tell. But that's where she'll be. Old Miss Barbara and her house of old bones. And there's the bell at the door again, stranger. So, if there's nothing else, I'll leave you with the instructions I've given, and I hope that you'll listen well to old Miss Barbara. Yes, how may I help you? Bells? Bells and whistles, flutes and chimes and other noisemakers have their homes right here. Books? Books aplenty at the back of the store, many filled, many empty and waiting, and quills and fountain pens to accompany them. Oh yes, I know well the temptation and trepidation of a blank page. Thank you for listening, dear stranger. This has been Pacific Northwest Gothic. Thank you, everyone, for your patience these past few weeks. Due to some health issues, I ended up having to take another week off from production and wasn't able to put together a notice until last Monday. I am doing better. However, in light of these complications, I have decided to also take a longer than anticipated break over the winter. I need a few more weeks to recuperate, and I also need enough time to get ahead of content production for the podcast when I come back. My current ballpark estimate for when the next episode will be uploaded is the 27th of January or the 3rd of February. If you like what you heard this time around, or if you are very, very confused, please check out my other episodes. And come the end of January, I will hopefully be back to uploading a new episode every Tuesday at 4 p.m. on Spotify and YouTube, and a little later on Substack. Thank you for everyone who supported me this far, for your comments, your likes, and all your shares these last few months. They really have been making a difference. While this is still such a new and tiny podcast, it really is such a morale boost to know y'all are enjoying and interacting with PNWG. Thank you as well for your understanding during these early days of production. There have been plenty of stumbles and mistakes to look back on and laugh at, as well as a lot of wins to celebrate. I wish I could go back in time and tell myself how rewarding this work would be, how each mistake pales in comparison to what I've learned and achieved. But in the end, I'm just glad my wife convinced me to start making episodes and run with it. Truly, this podcast would not be here right now without her and her love and support, or her superior social media skills. Speaking of which, if you want to get some updates about what's happening with PNWG over the break, the best way is going to be for you to go follow us on Instagram at PacificNWGothic, or on Substack at Pacific Northwest Gothic. My wife helps me with most of the posts and reels on Instagram, so please, if you got a moment, leave comments to thank Elsie's wife if you have the time. For real, if it weren't for her, my social media presence would, frankly, suck. And finally, If you'd like to support me and the work that I do, like, follow, subscribe, share links to the episode, and though I don't have much up on it yet, you can follow the link in the description to Pacific Northwest Gothic's Linktree, and through that to our Patreon. I'm your host, Elsie Clay, hoping to sit with you in the dark again next year in 2026.